I finished the cat and mouse duet, but I've got some questions. Has nothing to do with the plot, but our main man, Zade Meadows, has contradictions. I can reconcile the contradictions in his character. Like, on one hand, his mission in life, it's heroic. He's written as like this heroic character whose mission is to end sex trafficking. And yet, sometimes the way that he treats Adeline is in direct opposition of the foundational morals and values of his mission in life. This contradiction actually became one of the most interesting parts of the series for me, as well as Adeline's healing journey. It was very moving, very touching. We'll go into it deeper later. By the end of the series, our three main characters, Zade, Adeline, and Sibby, reminded me of iconic movie characters that I can't wait to share with you. I think you'll agree, but I am curious to hear what you have to say. So this is a 6-part series. Stay with me till the end. I'm going to do a report card at the end of the video, but we're going to start with part 1. Part 1, the Zade Meadows paradox. Is he a hypocrite or a hero? Like, on one hand, his mission in life is to end sex trafficking. He's got morals and values, and part of that is respect for consent. Except when it comes to Adeline. He has admirable values, yet he doesn't apply them to his relationship with Adeline. He truly is a morally great character. I think it's both. I think he is a hero and a hypocrite. Part 2, why this didn't ruin the story for me. Well, normally this contradiction in personality would ruin the story for me, but in this story it doesn't, simply because the reader is constantly aware of his compromised morality. We're very much aware that he's not trying to be perfect. He's very forward with the fact that he has morally gray areas, should we say, and the writing acknowledges his darkness. And it would be different if Adeline didn't get turned on by being scared and he didn't get turned on by the thrill of scaring her, right? It's mutual. And obviously this is a dark romance. We know where it's heading. We know she's eventually going to fall in love with him. It wouldn't work otherwise. And I have to stress this point. This is obviously not a romance that we would want in real life. But is it exciting to read? Is it fun to read? Is it different and interesting? Yes. Part 3, healing doesn't always look pretty. One thing I found really beautifully compelling in this story was Adeline's recovery journey. Healing from trauma is not linear, and it's not a one-size-fits-all. And, fiction allows us to explore different emotional journeys. I think Adeline's recovery is one of them. It's a good example. And I don't think that this book is trying to be like a guidebook for trauma recovery. It is just a fictional telling of one woman's story. And whether it resonates with the reader or not is really going to be dependent upon the reader. For me, I love when characters get revenge, because I feel like oftentimes in real life, we don't get revenge. We don't get justice. It's not really about the revenge, I guess. It's really about the justice of like, is this offender getting what they deserve? Are they being punished? And fortunately, in this series, the offender gets punished. I appreciate that. I enjoyed that part. Okay, part 4, the movie comparison, the fun part. I think Zade Meadows reminded me a lot of John Wick, because they're both relentless, they are skillful, they are smart, they're impossible to stop, and everybody's afraid of them, and they're out for revenge, right? They are seeking justice, and nothing is going to get in their way. Adeline reminds me of Kill Bill. Obviously, the character development as the story goes on, they go from victim to badass, and they get justice on their perpetrators, like on the people who wronged them and harmed them, right? Super badass. And Sibby reminds me of Harley Quinn, because they're both chaotic, they're both unpredictable, they are oddly lovable as well, and super entertaining. They steal the scene. Any scene that they're in, they steal the scene. as well as they're like a comedic relief, right? My hair is inspired by Sibby and Harley Quinn today, just for funsies. I will be reading Satan's Affair, and I'm super excited to read it. I'm going to do like a reading vlog and a review of it and everything, of course. So Satan's Affair, I guess, is like a standalone about Sibby's story, and it's like in conjunction with the cat and mouse duet of Haunting and Hunting Adeline, but it's not like a direct third book, I guess, technically. But I'm excited to read it.
Part 5, Why the Cat and Mouse Duet Became So Popular. The characters are unforgettable. There's moral ambiguity all throughout. There's extreme emotional intensity, and the stakes were high, creating good pacing. And readers are still debating these books years later.
Great books don't always create a consensus. Sometimes they just create conversation. I truly don't know how I feel about Zade Meadows, and I think that's the point. He's a morally great character who doesn't fit neatly into the villain box or the hero box, and whether that makes him irredeemable or compelling depends upon the reader. What's the biggest contradiction you noticed in Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline? And did it take you out of the story or make it stronger? I'm really curious to know. Part 6, the Black Lives Book Club report card. So let's go through them together. I rated these books based on 9 categories. Number 1 is romance. I gave it a 7, strictly because of the non-consensual scenes. Chemistry, I also gave a 7 because of the non-consensual scenes. Plot is an 8. I liked the plot. The villain is an 8. Also liked the villain. Spice is an 8. I also liked the spice. Character growth, 8. Emotional damage, 9. Would I recommend it? Depends on the person. If they've read the trigger warnings and they're over 18, yes. Would I reread it? Yes. Thank you so much for watching. This shirt you can find on my Etsy shop, the Black Lace Book Club. It's also in a t-shirt and a sweatshirt if you're interested. But thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Mwah.